What is this song? Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome back to our XENOBLADE Chronicles X. I think I said 2 last time. Our XENOBLADE Chronicles X Let's Play Adventure Extravaganza of awesomeness and fun times to be had here on the wonderful world of Mira, where this time we are not going to get lost, but we are going to leave this building in exactly the direction we need to by following that beautiful golden arrow. Now, I should note that I have made some changes to the actual Nintendo-branded Wii U console that we are playing the game on.
An assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Ooh, yeah. Let's see. So it wasn't us, though, because that wasn't the East Gate, was it? It might have been Irina and Gwen. Yeah, let's be modest.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwen?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally.
Child. Be grateful we're taking you anywhere.
We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't going to install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
I cannot believe we are dealing with sass from an actual child. But that's fine. Let's see, the segment map. This is Eleonora. I'm sorry, Eleonora, Blade Support Lead? Okay. Alright, sure, that's who you are. Here to tell you that the segment map is now available for use. The map displays info about Mira. Give it a look if you're unsure of where you are or what to do. Okay, well, I'm not playing with the Wii U gamepad. I'm using a Wii U Pro controller. And so I'm really not going to be able to see that. And gosh, I hope it's not important, because you know what? That's a problem to work out later, if it is in fact a problem. I was going to say, though, I've made some alterations to my actual Wii U console that should hopefully reduce the amount of weird stutters we've been getting, and hopefully make everything run just a little bit more smoothly than it has in the last couple of videos. And I don't know. We'll see. You know, this whole tinkering your Wii U, okay, I think we're seeing the effects of it as we speak right now. Occasionally, instead of the game stuttering, we might see things pop into existence instead. That is simply the Wii U processing them in the background and then dumping them in when they're ready. It should be a one-time thing. Like, as soon as it's processed that information in the future, if it needs to call it up, it'll be ready to go. Again, this is all just normal Wii U stuff. You know, if you ever owned a genuine Wii U console like myself, then you will be familiar with it. Also, wow, they've just let us go out here, haven't they? We're just in the wide world. I realize we're not running in the direction we're supposed to be. That's because I keep seeing marks on the map for things that we can pick up, and I'm thinking, you know what? We might need these things at a later date. I don't know what the little blue crystals do, but gosh darn it, if we're not just going to collect a whole bunch of them just real quick while we're in the area. You never know when they might be useful. Ooh, these guys look tough. What level are these guys? Or are they dead? Actually, no, these guys are dead. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe they weren't killed by that creature over there, and not by our mates that we met earlier?
What the hell happened here?
Nothing good.
You don't think that one Canicula could have killed all these simius? Unless... what?
This is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Canicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Canicula.
Think about it. Your typical simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical suniculate, right? Usually we'd find one simius standing over 3 or 4 suniculate corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sunicula is a tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sunicula tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep, and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Ooh. Let's see. Ask what a tyrant is. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering right now.
The tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in the environment. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Ooh, okay, let's see. Suggest the 3 of you can handle it. Or, say you can't just leave it so close to New LA. See, I'm not really sure who our character is yet. I mean, we were kind of stubborn earlier about joining Blade in the last installment of this Let's Play adventure extravaganza of awesomeness and fun times to be had here in the world of Mira. But that was more so as a joke. So would we be like, come on, let's get together, we can take it? Or would we be like, oof, so close to New LA, we can't allow that? I'm not really worried about how either of these characters will perceive me. I feel like, that's it. That's it.
Right.
That's our option.
I'm game if you are. Count me in, Elma. Let's do this.
I mean, I'm sure
If we're gonna
either
follow
option would have had the
Jordan's
same
plan,
effect.
We're gonna
But
have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then.
we just got to figure out
Can't
our
just
role
keep
play
running
here.
forever, you know? Besides, I'd never forgive myself if someone else ended up getting hurt because we just left it here.
All right, let's do it. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory.
I'm not here for moral
As long as we buy enough time
victories.
to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Are they going to throw us right into it? Oh, here we go. Gear and arts. Engaging a tyrant is no small task. It's important to equip your best before charging in, so double check all weapons and gear. Oh, and make sure your arts are ready and leveled up, okay? That's the first step to becoming a combat master. I'm sorry, we can level up our arts? What? Okay, hold on. Main menu, party, ground gear. I get the idea, but main menu, party, arts, upgrade? Whoa, okay then. That's news to me. Also, we don't actually have to go and engage it immediately, right? So if I wanted to go back here and just piddle around fighting dinosaurs for a bit until we were maybe a bit more leveled up, I could do that as well. Well, hold on just a tick. Let me go ahead and bring up the menu, and let's have a look at our arts and see if any of them can be leveled up. We'll take a look at Bella first. Okay, I think I figured it out. So at the top of the screen, we have battle points, and then we can invest those battle points into upgrading various arts. So for example, Recuperate here boosts evasion and continually restores HP, which sounds like it might be useful. So we hit X, we spend 6 BP to upgrade that, and it's going to bring our cooldown from 60 seconds to 50 seconds. As well as effect duration up to 22 seconds, and it changes it to from Recuperate 1 to Recuperate 2. So I think that's worth it. Now what I'm curious about is whether or not we have to share those battle points across characters. No, so everyone's got their own. Okay, here's what I've done for everyone. On Bella, we've gone ahead and got Chrome Armor level 2, Flame Grenade level 2, Assault Hammer level 3, Slit Edge level 2, and Recuperate level 2. For Elma, went a little bit of a different direction with it. We upgraded Shadow Strike to level 3, because that deals weapon damage, plus Inflict Stagger, which we need her to do, so we can get these chain combos going. And then we also got Sliding Slinger and Early Bird and Side Slash all on level 2. And then for Lynn, who I've never seen fight before, I just leveled everything up to level 2. Okay, we're going to disable display headgear because we've just put Elma in a ridiculous helmet that I do not want to see. There we go. So basically everyone has kind of their best in slot item now, at least for what we already have in our inventory. And I'm going to go maybe explore a little bit before we engage this guy, kind of see what we got going on around here. So I think we could probably change the time of day there. Probably have a chat with this guy if we wanted to, although he doesn't seem to have a whole lot to say. Alright, we're going to go ahead and attack a dinosaur, because why not? Well, I'll be honest, that didn't quite go as well as I had hoped it would. So it looks like I am level 5, rank 8. Possibly is what all that means. These guys are only like level 7. How do they completely annihilate us? And if these guys are level 7 and they crushed us, what does that make this big boy over here? You know what? We're not going to find out. We're just going to attack one of these little guys. How about this? This seems good. See, if this thing had killed us, I would have been, like, heavily disappointed. In myself, in my companions, in everyone, my viewers, Nintendo. Alright, how do we feel? Do we feel a little bit better? Man, we are absolutely destroying these sheep. Look at that. We did the stagger. We did the topple. We did the attack that's supposed to, like, deal more damage when they are toppled, but it doesn't really seem to do all that much. Does not matter. We got him in the end. So I'm level 6 now, right? Is that what the green bar up at the top left means? That's completely full? Shouldn't it have reset now until I reach my next level? Or is this like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 where I need to go hang out in an inn? I wonder. Okay, we're going to reset to early morning now so that we can go fight that thing ere the break of day, not have to run around at night. I know I'm asking you a lot of questions about combat and mechanics that are probably answered later in the game. It's just because, you know, I've played a couple of Xenoblade games. I have a general idea of how things probably work, and I'm just confused the game hasn't explained them yet, but that's probably just because it hasn't explained them yet. And, I mean, we still, within the first couple hours of gameplay, I'm sure it's got many more tutorials ahead of us. If it's anything like 2, we'll be getting tutorials all the way up till the end of the game. Alright, this thing's a level 5. I feel like we've got this. I think we can handle it. Let's go. I'm attacking its leg, and I'm not really sure if that's the thing to do. You know what I mean? Seems to be effective, though. Yeah! Yeah! We got there. That wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. We actually got wrecked by that dinosaur earlier, and that thing kind of died hard.
You fought well.
It was easy to kill. You get what I mean.
Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up.
Honestly, as long as it's not like one of those brontosauri, I think we'll be fine.
It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
I'm sorry, were we just carrying that around with us?
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Ooh, let's see. Lynn should take care of it or show interest and launch the probe? I'll tell you what, let's be inquisitive. I don't want to be seen as trying to, like, slack off of our duties here.
We just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See, at the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Absolutely. So is this going to be sort of like the equivalent of climbing towers in an Ubisoft game? Let's see. I'm Lau, a Pathfinder. If we're going to grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press the A button. This requires your mechanical field skill to be up to snuff, so don't forget to level it up. Engaging massive foes. Now all that's left is to report back to base, but first I'll let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that is usually best engaged with the Skell. Neutralize a foe like that on foot, or neutralizing a foe like that, especially on foot, especially a tyrant, is pretty risky. So be careful about such things in the future, okay? Yeah, I mean, sure, you literally showed me how to do it, and now you're telling me not to do it again. What happens if we stand in this? Absolutely nothing. I thought it might fry us. I mean, it might be frying our insides. It might be doing like a microwave thing, where this is just not good for us. Also, you're telling me that I can level up field skills. Well, what if I overwrote my previous save first off, just to be on the safe side? And then, what, party is under skills, probably? Bella, skill slots, none. Skill list, absolutely none. We have 10 battle points that we could probably use for skills. Maybe it's under a different thing. Classes? Soul voices? That's interesting. Active members. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient and wait for the game to tell me it's ready. Oh no, that thing's like a level 8. We're gonna run away. Run away. Run away. I accidentally triggered it. It's a young Grex. Oh, it's mad. It's fast. It's gonna catch us. Please don't. Please leave us alone. We genuinely meant you no harm. This was all an accident, I assure you. I just happened to wander into your line of sight. Has he given up on us yet? He's puking. I think he just vomited something at us, like an attack of some sort. I think we're safe. Okay, well, lesson learned about those things. We're still basically in the early game tutorial. Maybe it's a little bit too soon to be running out and engaging random bits of wildlife. Let's head back. As the game recommended, we're going to report to Secretary Nagi in the New LA's Blade Barracks and see what's going on there. Also, is that normal? Is that normal for them to just fade into existence? Or is that one of those things that's happened as a result of me tinkering with the Wii U that I'm definitely playing on? Curious. I gotta say, so far we're performing a lot better. I haven't seen nearly as many random hitches or stutters. Actually, I haven't noticed any. I'm just gonna say that I haven't noticed any. I'm not gonna say there haven't been any, because I've been so engrossed in the game, guys. Honestly, some could have happened and I wouldn't have realized it. I ran right past the door. That's a little bit awkward and embarrassing. But to be fair, it's just a yellow door in this hallway. It's pretty nondescript, and maybe it's supposed to be that way. Maybe it's supposed to be subtle. I don't know. It's pretty subtle, though, considering I ran right past it. Sir, we are back, and we're not going to lose our way. Look at this. I've got the layout memorized now. Only took 3 visits.
Commander
Who's this
Vandem.
big fella? Oh, it's Vandem.
Well, now, look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah, it's Vandem energy.
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant, way out of your league, on a training mission, no less. That was reckless, and goddamn magnificent.
Hey! He's impressed with us. We got 50 armor and 10,000 gold. Hot diggity dang. Good job, us. As well as a mining probe, 2 mining probe G1s, and a research probe G1. I don't know what those do. We'll find out. Yeah, override previous save, absolutely.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it, all right? I'll settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Huh. Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
It is before we'd even asked her to become a blade, little Miss Stick in the Rear.
Usually I
Gosh.
ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
Commander Vandem is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
Ha! Sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
Is that me? Are you being funny because I haven't said anything? Are you accusing me? I see what you're doing here. Let's see. Ask about divisions. Yeah, I need to know more about that.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's
What
speech,
was
right?
that noise?
There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade. Officially, they're called divisions. Naturally, you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders. Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important. We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Okay, next up, Interceptors. You met Akeloff and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen? This is their division. Interceptors have one main duty: protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads, they escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Next are the Harriers. Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense. They specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigen that moves.
And you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale. Among other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira and have this place completely figured out, everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable. Also, the search for the Lifehold. That's mostly on the Reclaimers.
Next, Curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory, bringing back whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigents.
Next? All right, prospectors. Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs. They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators. It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person.
That one sounds like the worst.
Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator.
You'd be dealing with
But if you got
Karens
what
every
it
day,
takes,
all day.
It's a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions.
I like all of them, except for the last
Any idea
one.
which one you'd like to join?
All of them,
Don't fret
except for
about
the
it
last
too
one.
much. Whichever you choose, you still have a lot of freedom in how you operate. Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigents, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too. To be honest, even though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like. So there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Wow. Yeah, no pressure or anything. Jeez. Yeah, I've got one in mind. I just need to see the list again.
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles here.
I would like to... Yeah, confirm. I'm ready. I'm not ready. So actually, Pathfinder and Reclaimer appeal to me. Retrieving a white whale wreckage and planting data probes, or planting data probes and discovering locations. I don't know. Is that, like, let's see, a division support effect, HP support, ranged master, melee master? Is that what I really need to be looking at here more so, is the division support effect? Drop sensor, critical master, probably so. Although looking at it, it really does look like the only thing you gain from these, let's see, actions to boost division points. So if I was, say, a curator, obtaining collectibles and defeating tyrants would boost my division points. So I feel like obtaining collectibles is something that's going to happen way more often than retrieving white whale wreckage and planting data probes. And so to that end, I mean, Interceptor, defeating enemies and completing missions, planting data probes, discovering locations... Maybe mining resources. Maybe curators is the way to go. I'm having. I'm doing it. I'm done it. I'm a curator. Why am I a curator? I should have been a pathfinder. What am I doing with my life? There's the. Yeah, we're going for it.
Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
I feel like you didn't say it
Congrats.
properly, so it's not
And
legally
welcome.
binding.
I know
That
you're
might
gonna
actually
do
be
great.
useful if we ever need to get out of this.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking indigents here or what?
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a Skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course. Let's move out.
Roger that.
Yay! Let's do it! We're on to our second mission. This is exciting. I was trying... Oh! And we're on to Chapter 3, apparently. You're officially a Blade now. Congrats. Becoming one of us grants you access to a variety of services, including the shop terminal and the AM terminal, mission control, and more. Some services are still off limits at the moment, but I'll get back to you on those later. Okay, well that's fun and exciting. Ever wish you could zip straight back to a place you visited? Well, that's why we have fast travel. It allows you to instantly return to significant landmarks as well as any Frontier nav sites that have data probes installed. Just access the segment map to use it. Cool! Arms manufacturers, or AMs, support us from the sidelines by developing new weapons and gear, and by utilizing their services, we can support them too. Head to the AM terminal in Armory Alley to learn more about working with AMs to make new gear. I think I'll do that right now. We are on Chapter 3 now, so you might be thinking, well, geez, Reese, obviously that means you're going to end it for today's episode, right? Basically, yes, but first I want to have a look at all this new stuff that we've got before we head out. So, first things first, what's actually going on over here? Can I accept alternative missions? I mean, I don't really want to avoid the story mission or anything, but what are my options here? Oh, yeah, so there's actually a whole bunch of things we can do. So look here. Find Miranium. Find Miranium to help further research its properties and allow us to use it more effectively. So can I just accept that mission? Is it just going to be added to my list of existing missions? How does that work? It's blue now. Okay, so I can go into missions here, and we've got both of our missions. So I can tick that one to set this mission as your navigation target. Well, hot dog, should we just accept a bunch of missions and just kind of have them while we're out and about in the world, or would that be a bad idea? Both of these want Miranium, so I'm just going to go ahead and accept both of them. Okay, and now we're going to head down here and see what's going on with the arms manufacturing. So manage AMs, upgrade battle traits. Ooh, equipped gear, equipped skell gear. Hold on a sec. So can I actually upgrade something that I have on my person right now? So, I mean, I'm not super sold on... What about this stuff? So worn survival bodywear. It's red. Does that mean that it's damaged? Is that what worn means? Do I need to get it repaired? Actually, it does not look like repairing is an option. But what about manage AMs? Oh, ho, ho! The central pillar of the Sakuraba Group conglomerate, which enjoys a reputation for excellent products. Sakuraba firearms exhibit remarkable stability and accuracy, qualities which faithfully exemplify the design ethos of their creators. Very cool. Oh, we're going to go through all of them, aren't we? I'm not going to. I don't really care. I'm just going to skip through all of these. Oh! Neat. Cool. We've leveled up or something. So we can invest Miranium in these guys. And what is that going to do? Oh, I don't have any Miranium. Well, never mind. We're not going to invest anything there. What about this, though? What does this cost? This just costs money. So again, I'm curious. I'm not super sold on the Iron Knife or the Advanced Storm Assault Rifle. But, like, out of curiosity, if I wanted to... What does this do? Nothing. It's worn. It can't be upgraded. We could, however, increase the ranged accuracy of our battle rifle for an amount. Oh, I see. It's going to use some of our appetizing Swede tail. I have 4 of them, so I could just go ahead and invest one. But I don't know if I want to. I'm not really sure if I like this weapon enough to do that. It's just a basic weapon. I mean, it says that it's rare. I just kind of found it out in the field. So we can create augments as well. Weapon augments. Stat augments? Melee accuracy augments? Okay, we don't have the items that we need to do any of this. But it's there if we ever find the items. And that's cool. Let's see. Commission development of new gear. Weapons. Can't really do any of this right now because we don't have any Miranium. But, I mean, looks like there's some cool stuff in here. Is that a lightsaber? That's basically a lightsaber. Yeah, no, we're going to want to get one of those at some point. A bunny top. Oh, that's fun. That's great. Love that exists. Bunny hoppers. Bunny bod. Oh boy. How much fun is this? So much fun. Okay, well, I get the general idea of this place. I know what to do in the future when we get more objects. Now, we are going to head out, but we're going to save that for next time. I'm also going to stop and see if I can't work out how to get the Wii U gamepad to work, because I have it. It's sitting right over there. I'm sure it's just a matter of turning it on, it'll connect up to the game console that I own, that we're playing the game on, and just work flawlessly. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with how well the game is running now compared to the last couple of episodes. I'm happy about that. That's one small feat for man, one giant feat for mankind. But until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless each and every single one of you. I'll see you later. Bye!